Hey everyone, my name is Tyler, and today I am going to go through a tutorial with you of how to use Lightroom, and especially for those who are the beginners and who want to learn the software, this video serves you if you want to edit a photo very quickly without and if you don't have the time to invest so much energy and time into learning the tool in depth, this video is for you. And first of all, I just want to go over the agenda of what we are going to talk about today. So the first one is the user interface. We are going to talk about how Lightroom is set up and what are the tabs and what are the functions that Lightroom provides you, and also the photo library. How would you import the photo and how would you organize the photo within the photo library? The third one is how would you edit the photo very quickly. We are not going to go in deeply about like a very advanced function, but just also like how can we edit a photo very quickly. The fourth one is filter. This is one of the assistant function that Lightroom provides as well. Just think of this one as like Instagram. Like if Instagram provides you filters so that you can apply to the photo and just have the photo change, like beautify the photo very quickly. Lightroom has the same function as well. And the fourth one is when you finish editing everything, how would you export the photo for usage? So let's go straight into a Lightroom interface. If you have your Lightroom downloaded and installed correctly, when you open Lightroom, this is what you are going to see. As you can see right here we have library, develop, and we have other functions too. But today we are mainly focused on library and develop only. So for the library, our library right now is currently empty because we don't have any photo. So what I am going to do is I am going to File, Import Photos and Videos. And then at this part, we have to navigate to our folder where our photo is being stored. So I store my photo in my desktop. So I'm going to navigate to my desktop. And then I want to edit a baby photo today. So I am going to go ahead and import it. So once you import the photo into Lightroom, this is what you're going to see right here. If you click on the photo, and then we are on the library, so we're not going to be able to edit a photo right away. But what we are going to do is we are going to go to the Develop tab. So when you are in the Develop tab, this is where you are actually going to be able to edit a photo. The first step that I always want to do is to click on Lens Corrections. So right here, I would say Enable Profile Corrections. You know how like sometimes when you use Canon or Nikon camera, because the photo is taken in different cameras, when you import into Lightroom, sometimes the sizes, the lights, and also the photo in general like is not in a perfect resolution. So what I usually do is I click on lens corrections first of all before I edit anything. Click on Enable Profile Corrections, and then let's just assume that this photo was taken by a Canon camera. So I go ahead and I click by Canon. So as you can see right here, like if I deselect it, right, do you see how like the color is like lightly enhanced? So this is what I want to do. And so now it's more about your visual presentations right now. So right here we have the basics. So if I want the photo to be in color, I'll keep it the same. If I want the photo to be in black and white, I can just go ahead and click on black and white. It will give me the same, but I want my photo to have color, so I'll just go back here. So temperatures right here is you have different functions. So right here, usually I can just go with auto. It's going to enhance my photo, add some more color to it, adjust the color, the white balance, so that it looks good. And you can also edit over here too with the bar. So as you drag and up and down, you will see the white balance changes. And then I'm changing the temperature right now. So what I want to do is I just want to go back to auto, and the same thing for tints right here. And I want my photo to be lightly pink, so I'm gonna push it over here. Right, so now what I'm seeing here is maybe my photo is a little bit too bright, so that is where we have these functions right here where you can edit the exposure, contrast, highlight, and shadow. So if I want to increase the light of the photo, the exposure, I can just go ahead and decrease a little bit over here, and see if I can do this. Is good. And also if I want to increase the contrast a little bit, so so everything it looks clearer, I can just go ahead and do this, and then highlight of the photo. Highlights, basically if you see the arrows right here is too bright and you want to decrease the brightness, you can just drag the highlights down, so as I can do for you. So do you see how like there are the blue things over here is it's a little bit like visible for you to see. If I drag up like to original, like it almost disappear. But as it's because it's too bright, it covers the light and the blue lines over here. As I drag it down, like you will be able to see it. And also the shadows where the dark area that you want it to be lightened up. So I think my shadow is okay because I don't want my photo to be too dark, so I'm just going to keep it the same. And the white balance and the black balance, I want my photo, the outer side to be a little bit darker, so I can just decrease it and increase. And right here, because we have a very good camera, so our photo is very clear already. However, if you want to increase the clarity of a photo, you can always increase up over here. So as I increase the clarity, you see like our photo is a lot more sharpened. So I just keep slightly increase. And vibrant and saturations, basically you can play around with it. This is going to increase the color within the photo. So if I want to make my photo more vibrant, so I'm going to test out so you can see. There you go. And the same thing for my saturation as well, but I think this is good, so I'm just keep it like this. Alright, so this is just a very basic photo and color editing and also the light editing of Photoshop Lightroom. And over here is a tone curve. So over here, you can also like select a very quick contrast. So if you want medium contrast, you can select over here, or if you want high contrast or strong contrast. I think the photos looks best when it's linear contrast over here. And over here we also have color. So the photos right here, we can see that if you select orange, this is usually where the skin color happening. So if it's increased this, you can see that the skin colors is like change, because this is associated with the skin color is orange. And if like this the kit shirt happen to be red, I can also drag the red and you can see that the red start to emerge more, or if I drag down, it will start to emerge less. And over here we do have some blue, so we can test out with the blue over here. Oh, because it's covered by the white area a lot, so we are not being able to see how the color changes over there. But you can try with the red too. So as you can see the lips over there, like as I drag it down over here, like the color of the lips start to change. So this is where you want, like if you have a photo and you want specific color to stand out, this is the area where you can edit and where you can increase the intensity or decrease the intensity of a certain color. And over here we have the split toning. Split toning is basically if you want to change the color of the background, especially the highlight and the shadows. So right here, the highlight is the bright area, shadow is the dark area. That's how I tend to think about it. So if I want to change my highlight, basically the bright area, to somewhere like pinkish or purple, what I want to do, I want to increase saturation to a certain level. And then I can drag the color bar over here, and as you can see, as I start to drag the color bar to a certain color, the bright area, because I'm in highlight right now, it is going to change according to the color that I approach. So I want to keep it in this area over here. And the same thing, shadow in a dark area that you want to have the color change, you can do the same as well. So I'm just going to drag to a random color. And details. So over here is details. We have different options right here. So if you want to increase the sharpening, you can increase the sharpening amounts over here. And as you see, as I increase the sharpening over to maximum, you can see our color and our photo is very sharpened. But I don't think it looks good, so I'm just going to get it back to normal, because our photo's quality is already good. I don't need to increase the sharpening of the photo. And the lens corrections over here, oh, we already did. And over here we have the effects. So as you do this, you can see, like we can change the effect of photo, like just focus on the this area outside the main image. It's more like a frame of the photo pretty much. So as if you want to increase the photo to focus on a specific object, you can do this. So I want my my focus to be in the kit. So I want my my outer frame to be a little bit darker, so that my focal point is going to be pay attention to the kit only. So I am going to slightly decrease this. So there you go. And over here too, like this is the roundness and the feathers. Basically, you can see because everything's in the middle, so that's why everything, the focus is in the middle. If you switch this to over here, the roundness and the feather, and when you change this, you will see that it's not actually not that smooth, and our focus also changed too, and you can play around with it. Usually I just keep it in the middle because it's very easy to use and it's also very efficient. And grain is grain. When I think about grain, I think of like an old movie. If you want to add grain, you know, like basically, I can show you here. If I drag grain over here, it starts to look. My photo starts to look like it's very old and it's, you know, like in like a very vintage type. So but I want my photo to be clear and clean, so that's why I don't want to move anything for the grain. And another thing is camera calibration. So for this part, is really helpful for those who really want to increase the or decrease the color of the photos as well. So as I decrease or increase, you can see the shadows and also the highlights also start to change. So another thing that I am going to touch upon is the filter. So right here, if you go over here, it's preset, right? So it's basically filter. So Lightroom already have some filters already made for you. So if I want to go to Lightroom effect presets, so right now I have grain heavy, grain light, medium, and as you play around with these, you would be able to see some filter that you may like. And let's just go to the color preset, H photo. This, oh, I think it looks pretty nice. And the co-tone, co-process. And as you play around with this, you would be able to find some filter that you may like. So I am, you know, I am going to keep my photo at this. So, you know, another function that Photo Lightroom also provides to you is when you're editing a photo, how would you compare your current photo to the original version? So this is a way that you can see the differences. So if you click on this, you would be able to see, you know, this is our original photo right here before, this is the after all the edits that we have made. So if I click on this, I would be able to change the setting of the photos. Depends on how you want your setting to be look like. But I usually keep it like this because it's really easy to see. So so this is a very quick snapshot of how would you edit a photo very quickly, and you know, like if you want to edit a photo on a run, this is how you do it. So let's just go back to our photos, and let's just click on a random preset, maybe a black and white preset, so we can see the changes. All right. So now this is, let's just assume that I have already finished with my photos and I finished editing it. And how would I export a photo? So this is a step that you are going to do. You can go to File and click on Export. And over here, you can choose a specific photo that you want to export. Right here, I already have my specific photo set as desktop and untitled export. So I am going to go ahead and export the photo. But you should also notice that like under here, there are also other settings. For example, if you want to add in watermarking for your photos, this is also where you are going to be able to do so. But I am going to go ahead and export it. And very quickly, I already have my photo edited. Let's just go check it out. So this is the folder that I saved the photo. And just go to an export, and this is the photo that we just edited. Yay! So this is just a very quick, just a summary. So this is just a very quick snapshot of how you understand Lightroom, how would you edit a photo, and how would you export a photo, and everything. You know, maybe probably less than 5 minutes if you're on a run, if you want to have a result very quickly. And thank you so much for listening. And if you're interested, I might be able to do some more videos of, you know, like how would you edit a portrait video, a landscape video, depends on what type of video that we want to edit. And so peace out, and this is it for our video.